Oh, baby cakes, cry us a river. Some of these people, I'm telling you, in this country need help. We just keep winning, though.
Trump just got the green light to start dismantling the Department of Education. The Supreme Court let this happen, and no, this is not legal. SCOTUS lifted an injunction today that was basically blocking Trump from dismantling the Education Department. That means now he can lay off nearly 1,400 workers, dismantle core programs, and shift responsibilities like student loans or special education. But let's be clear, because abolishing a federal department, you need an act of Congress in order to do that. And Trump is trying to do this through executive power alone, something the law does not allow. This isn't just dangerous, it is unconstitutional. 3 justices on the court tried to stop this, mind you. They not only disagreed with this decision, but they even stated that doing this opens up the door for Trump to go in and do things illegally. And because he has the green light, he can strip down the Department of Education.
This is what the people voted for. This is what we're getting, exactly what we voted for. Everything Trump does to you deranged, lunatic, liberal, activist hacks, Democrats, everything the man does is unconstitutional. The man can walk down the street and it's unconstitutional. We just keep winning. Sorry, baby cakes.
Before the courts can legally say, hey, you're not allowed to do this. But this is how it happens. Rights don't disappear overnight. They chip away at them while we are busy. And I'm not saying this is all over because...
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, what's going on, family? Got some breaking news, some big wins. Big things are going down. President Trump, this current administration, rocking and rolling. And we hope that you guys are also having a great week, that you're having an amazing day today on this beautiful Tuesday, or whenever you're watching this, that 2025 is going well for you and your family. But let's get into this breaking news. Supreme Court decides that President Trump gives green light to continue massive purge at the Department of Education. Nearly 1,000 employees will be laid off. There will be more drastic cuts on the way. Massive loss for the left-wing activists. Huge win for children in Department of Education. Oh boy. Let's check this out. This is getting good. Oh boy. Boys and girls. Riding that truck is gonna crank. If she don't crank, we'll just throw her in neutral. And we'll put the battery on the tender. And if that don't work, then it's the alternator. And we'll go get one and install it. Don't take but 30 minutes. Them pages gonna keep riding. Check engine light on and everything. We're gonna keep riding. It's all right. It's just a sensor code. Yeah, it's just a sensor. It's just that check engine light is just one of them sensors that went bad. The engine is beautiful. Don't worry.
1 o'clock and the U.S. Supreme Court has paved the way for President Trump on one of his biggest campaign promises. He wants to ultimately close the Department of Education. He won't do that now, however, took a big step late yesterday. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. I'm Bill Hemmer, live here in New York City. Here we go now. Student, teacher, students. You will be the teacher? I'll be the student? Or
yeah, let's see how you do today.
Oh, hell. Come on, Bill.
Please do.
I'm Jennifer Reno, and this is America's Newsroom. On a Tuesday, we got this for you. The Supreme Court reversing this lower court injunction, so it blocked the administration from laying off nearly 1,400 employees. The president celebrating the decision on Truth Social.
So he writes this, quote, the federal government has been running our education system into the ground, but we are going to turn it all around by giving the people the power back to the people. America's students will be the best, brightest, and most highly educated anywhere in the world. Thank you to the United States Supreme Court.
Democrats are still questioning the legality of the president's actions. Education Secretary Linda McMahon told us just last week the president's focus is all about empowering students.
What the president is doing is saying that education needs to be returned to the states, that where education is best taught and is best understood, where it's closest to the child. He wants parental rights protected. He wants to make sure that students are not trapped in failing schools.
Gallup polling showing an overwhelming 73% of Americans are not satisfied with public education. That's the highest on record for that poll.
Yep.
Lydia, who's got the story here in New York? And good morning.
It's even worse than that, but we got to throw that little poll out there. It's worse than that, though.
To you.
Hey, good morning, Bill and Dana. That's right. The Supreme Court's 6-3 ruling yesterday means the Department of Education can now move forward with terminating roughly 1,400 federal employees. This comes after Education Secretary Linda McMahon terminated roughly half of the department's workforce back in March as part of the Trump administration's effort to return education to the states. Education groups sued shortly after a lower district court judge in Massachusetts ordered that the laid-off workers be reinstated.
The hell with the low court district judge, the federal, the hell with all them little judges. Walk these little low court judges out. The people spoke loud and clear, got dogged at the Supreme Court and spoke loud and clear. Now, if you want to overstep, we ought to walk you out. Impeach you. Put you in handcuffs. Deport you, I say. Put you on the plane. Send you off. Get out the country. The people spoke loud and clear, got dogged.
After the Supreme Court's decision yesterday, Secretary McMahon spoke about the administration's victory. Listen here.
Ooh.
It sounds like we might not have that soundbite for.
What the hell? I was like, family, I was like, hey, y'all hearing this? Fox News, y'all got to get it together now. We can't trust in CNN and CBS and all them other ones. We giving y'all a chance, Fox News. Y'all need to get this together, Fox News. We can't hear what she's saying.
It sounds like we might not have that soundbite for it to play for you there, but she basically says that she was incredibly pleased that the authority was reinstated with the executive department, with President Trump and the education department where it should be, she says. But the three liberal justices dissented in this opinion from the Supreme Court. Justice Sotomayor writing this for them, quote, "This decision is indefensible. It hands the executive the power to repeal statutes by firing all those necessary to carry them out. The majority is either willfully blind to the implications or naive. But either way, the threat to our Constitution's separation of powers is grave," she writes. But yesterday's decision giving the green light for terminations is now coming as a new lawsuit is being filed by 24 states and Washington, D.C. against the Trump Education Department. The states are mostly blue. You can see them here. California, New York, New Jersey. They say that they want access to $6 billion that was appropriated for education, but is now.
This is not a surprise.
Frozen and out of their reach, so you can see the legal battles continue. But clearly, Bill and Dana, you can see yesterday's decision at the Supreme Court notch another victory for the Trump administration over the executive actions, and this one on the education front.
Well, and this all comes as the confidence in higher education is like some amongst the lowest. We pull up this chart here for you. That red line is people who have very little to none, and that is going up. Could this turn it around?
Absolutely. I think that's what the hope is. I think if you empower states, you free up the money, you send it directly to the state superintendents so that they have more control over how education is being taught in the schools. The belief is that that will empower parents to have more opportunity to influence education. The hope is that will improve test scores as well.
I want you to react to this. Nation's report card in math, grade 4 at 39%. Is that proficiency? Grade 8 at 28%. In reading, grade 4, 31%, grade 8, 30%.
Right.
Wherever that ranks, it's not good, Lydia.
It's not good. And it was just back in 2023, just 2 years ago, that we saw some of the record lowest scores on reading and math proficiency in decades. And we're just not making the improvements. And when you compare how we're doing against other nations in this world, it's just not measuring up. So that's why we're seeing increased calls and increased curiosity about what could charter schools do for us? What could homeschooling do for us? If we had more federal dollars to support those initiatives, what could we really be seeing?
We just last week had that lady on that was explaining that there's a tax credit for charter schools, school choice in the big, beautiful bill.
Exactly.
So a lot of people don't know that. But it's out there, so you can maybe ask your accountant.
If you're going to put a lot of the money back to the states, it's going to fall on the governors to make sure that they do the job for these schools.
Those states have to opt in to use those tax credits, so we'll see how many of them do that.
Okay. All right, thank you, Lydia. Great to see you.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, buddy. Them Patriots say long overdue. It's about time. Yeah, buddy. I tell you, they say excellent, wise, just. Thank God for President Trump. It's about time. This is great news. Thank you, President Trump. Glad to see that the common sense is back. I'm reading the comment section. You know, it says, hey, teachers, leave the social engineering alone. Woo! But we just keep winning. But y'all let me know what y'all think. God dog it. It's Tuesday. We keep trying to get to Friday. Just trying to get to Friday. I love y'all. God bless you all. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, you guys.